tube of color right here. We have your developer usage chart. We have your mixing and measuring. It's a 1-to-2 mix ratio. We have our color star. This is where we either enhance or refine depending on the levels of lift. Okay. We have over here our numbering system, which correlates right with the star, and then mixed color, how to use mixed color. So this is going to give us everything we need to know. So if we look at the first formula on our homework, everybody got it out? Good. Give me a color chart. So it gives us most of the information that we need that go right along with steps of formulation. Can anybody tell me what the steps of formulation are? The 5 steps?
Determine the natural level, determine desired level, determine tonal value of desired level, determine correct developer, and determine the percentage of gray hair.
Excellent. So if we look at the client number 1, okay, the natural level is what?
4.
4. The desired level is 5. The tonal value is, what do they want to be?
Mahogany brown.
And the percentage of gray is 50. So we automatically know that 50% of our formula, or 100% of our formula, has to be something that's under this gray coverage bar, because we need to get 50% gray coverage, okay? So that's right off the bat, we know that. We also know that we apply the level of color in which the level we desire. So what is the desired level? 5. So we know our answer needs to be a level 5. We also know that it's mahogany brown, so we have the tonal value, and we know that we're lightening 1 level, okay? So if we look at our color wall charts, we're going from a level 4 to a 5. Remaining color at that level is what we're going to enhance or refine. So what is the remaining color at a level 5?
Red.
Red. Are we going to enhance that red or refine that red? Enhance. Or stay close to it, right? We know that we don't want to refine it and put a green in there, because we know mahogany brown has some red in it, right? When we do these, we're going to have multiple answers, because we're not looking at a picture, right? So as long as it goes along with the answers that we're looking for, all of it will be correct, okay? So if I look at my level 5 and work left to right, out of this gray coverage bar, which ones would work to help me cover 50% gray? 5W. What else?
5KR.
5KR, sure.
5CB.
So the C,
Oh wait, no.
yeah, the CB has blue, green, brown in it, so I probably wouldn't use CB.
5NP.
You could use MP, yep. What else?
EXN.
EXN. So your EXN gets the most gray coverage. That's what we want, a cooler end results and get superior gray coverage because it's an intense natural. So any of those would work, okay? Now I'm gonna continue on to the right. Which colors do I have for options to create that mahogany that I'm looking for?
5G.
5G? Awesome. What else?
5RN.
Sure, you could use some 5RN if your idea of mahogany had a little bit more red in it and a little less violet. That's when it's perfect that you take these out and show your guest. Do you want to find the red and the mahogany? Mm-hmm. Which one of these tones do you like better? Because this is when they use words that they don't necessarily know what they mean. They have mahogany could be browner to them, could be redder, could be more violet to you. So that's why you give them a reference of 2, right? Do you like this that has more red in it, or do you like this one that has more violet in it? And that helps kind of distinguish. You don't get caught in what words mean.
Okay, I have a problem with that because I color my own hair and my grays are very extremely resistant.
Yeah.
So I always like to put a little bit of a 6 into it. So that's why I chose the 6 VM. But it doesn't even
So your
color.
desired level's 5. So if you put a 6 in, you're getting less gray coverage because you picked a lighter color. If you told me that you like to put 4 in it, that would make sense, but 6, you're lighter.
Yeah.
You don't want to go lighter. If you're looking for more resistance, you always go darker. If I do a 5 and it's not enough, then I drop to a 4.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, so what are our 2 tones? You want to show them what those are?
We have the 5MP and the 6VM. Those are the 2 mahogany cream.
So see, they're similar, but a little bit different, right? So that just gives them a reference point. Oh, I like this one more. Oh, I like this one better. So we know that our formula is going to be 50% of what's under the gray coverage bar. And that we've chosen either 5G or 5RN.
Or 5MP.
Where's 5MP?
Oh, I think I had the old one, that's why.
Oh, okay. All right,
Sorry.
so level 4 to a 5. If I want to choose level 5, what developer am I using? 25 volume, correct. Because that gets 50% of that head of hair that's still brown up to a level 5. If it's 50 and over and you're really looking for deposit only, you could use 20, but you're not going to get that other half to lift. And then you need to consider the fact that you're not getting remaining color if you're only using 20. We want that red to enhance our formula. 25 volume, what's my processing time? 35 to 45 minutes. And if I'm mixing 30 grams of color, how much of each do I want to do? If my total grams of color is this 50%, 50%, how many grams of color am I doing if I want 30?
You could do 15 and 15.
Yep, 15. 15 grams, 15 grams. 25 volume, if that's 30, how much developer?
60.
60. There's your formula. So I try to keep it simple as a math problem. I try to like my steps of formulation and using my wall chart to give me the answer. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Nice job. 2. So let's stop for a second. Let's talk about the midshaft and ends. If this was a retouched application, I probably would take out that 50% of my formula that have brown in it. Because if I just want to refresh those mahogany tones, that mid and ends and less extremely faded, I want to take out some of that brown. And I just want to remix with 5G or 5RN. Does that make sense? Because if I'm covering gray hair and I'm putting the roots on white hair, and then this is already mahogany, and I run the same formula through, I'm going to make the bottom brown, too brown. Because it's already where I want it to be. So I want to take some of that brown out, just put the mahogany tones in which I want to see in. Cool. Okay. Second one. We have natural level 6. desired level 8. Tonal value is golden. Blonde, 75% gray hair. Okay, does anybody have a formula for that?
I use the 8KR.
8KR at 100%.
Yeah. 30 volume for 40 minutes.
Great. Anybody else?
I put 8 NP and 30 vol. I don't. Yeah.
That's great too. It has yellow in it. So she's getting gray coverage and yellow using the MP. Sylvia did the KR because she wanted her golden to be a little more violet, brown, orange. That was golden to her. Can you show them what those two swatches are? What else?
Yeah, it's because I took I'm a visual, so I chose some pictures online, and
Yeah.
then
It's
that's
as
how
long
I
as
went
it
for it.
as long as it has gold in the formula, you're good. What else could I have used?
8W.
8W? Yep. What else? Could I have taken any of these and mixed it with my 8SD?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have done that too. Okay, let's look at a few swatches. What do we got here?
This is the 8KR.
That's the 8KR.
Let's see. And then the next one was 8W, which is this one right over here. Trying to. You see it? And then this is the 8NP. NP right over here.
Any of the gray coverage mixed with the SD would be correct too, because that was their golden blonde. So see, they're just slightly different. That's where your creativity comes in, and that's where your consultation with your guest comes in. What do they see as golden? Because you and I might not see the same thing, right? A lot of times you'll show them something, they're like, oh no, that's not what I meant. Believe me. All right, nice job. All right, what do we got next? All right, 6 to an 8, no gray. Tonal value, what do we have here? Okay, beige blonde. And the ends are an 8.5. So it's only faded a little bit. 6 to an 8. What's my remaining color at a level 8?
Yellow orange.
Yellow orange. Beige blonde. Am I enhancing that yellow orange or refining it? That's a tricky one.
Could be refined.
We're gonna refine it a little bit. Yeah, because you know, a little bit of yellow in the beige is good, but I don't want too much orange, right? Awesome. So if I go to my yellow 8, so it's yellow orange. What do I have for options for a beige blonde?
did ASB.
Yep. And what volume?
30 ball,
For how long?
40 minutes.
How about the SD?
SD?
Mm.
So that would be yellow, orange, remaining color plus yellow.
So not so good.
It's a lot of yellow. You'd actually make a redhead. Because we would have 2 parts yellow, 1 part orange, it would look like my hair. So that's how much your remaining color is going to be a factor in your formulation. Could I mix something with my SB to kind of refine some of that orange that's coming through? What's the opposite of orange?
Something with blue.
Something blue. What do I have for blue choices at a level 8?
8P or 8NC.
Yep, we could use 8P or 8NC. What else? What else has blue in it under my gray bar? Even though I don't have gray, I can still use any of those colors, right?
8EXN.
8EXN. Yeah, so that would help refine it and add the beige tones at the same time. So you have to consider that, or anytime there's orange in your remaining color, you need to refine that a little bit, unless you're looking for a redhead or copper or something like that. Same thing, I might do 15 grams of each. What about my ends? What do I want to put on the ends if they're faded out to an 8.5?
Sorry, what was the question?
What do I want to put on those ends? If they're faded to an 8.5, what am I putting on those ends to refresh them?
It's still the 8SB? But like for 10 minutes?
Yep, what volume developer?
10 volume?
Mm-hmm. The other thing I might do too is when you're refreshing faded ends, don't be afraid to put yellow in your formulation. When you lighten and add warmth, it creates a lot of warmth. When you go dark, blue is the strongest secondary color. Anything with a cool base on it always gives a cooler reflection. So adding in a little bit of yellow always helps balance a color off and porosity. So I always like to, and it creates most shine. That is the most reflection of light, is anything with yellow in it.
So can I see the?
Oh yeah, am I standing in front of it? Yeah, it doesn't help.
So you put an 8SB and what is the under 8 what?
SD.
So SB and SD?
Yeah, like I might put 10 grams of the SD in there. Because you want to show them what the B looks like by itself?
SB.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's balanced and cool. So if the hair is porous at all, and you put something like that that has that much violet on it, it might appear cooler than the root. Because you just exposed all of this warmth in through here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So then you go and put something cooler through here. It makes this roots look warmer than maybe you want. So the trick is to balance it off, right? It's not always that the roots are too hot. It's that sometimes you don't add enough warmth at the bottom. Does that make sense? It's almost like looking at it reverse. So don't be afraid to add yellow at the bottom a little bit. So I probably would do like 10. I'd probably do 20 grams of 8SB and 10 grams of 8SD and 10 or 15 volume for 10 minutes. Again, it's the eye of the beholder. what we, Denise and I don't wanna do is box you in and be like, this is the only formula you can use. It's not, we're artists, right? So as long as you stay in the realms. Alright, awesome. What do we got next? Level 6, virgin hair root to end. Level 8, rich copper golden blonde. Well, anytime somebody's lifting 2 levels and wants a copper or a golden, you're like, yes, this is easy. It's when they tell you they want an ash level 8 that you're like, oh no, this is gonna be difficult because all that warmth that comes through. So 6 to an 8. First off, virgin application. So how do I do a virgin application? Can anyone tell me? Does anyone remember? So first we do the mid shaft for half the amount of time. Half the amount of time is determined by the developer usage that you're using at the root. So 6 to an 8, what volume developer? 30. Yeah, it's 30 volume. How long do we process 30 volume for? 35 to 45 minutes. So if I was doing this, I'd leave it on the max. I'd go up to the 45. Because remember, the reason why we're putting on the mid shaft first is it's cold, as we call it. There's no heat from the scalp. So it takes longer to process. So I'd be comfortable with that more time processing in the middle. So if we're taking our max time at 45 minutes, what's on that mid shaft for? What's half of 45?
25.
Yeah, 25 is fine. I mean, I'm not gonna make you go 22 and a half, like that's not what we do. So we're gonna put that on for 25 minutes first. So it's complicated to apply. What do you think the roots start at? If I was gonna do her length hair, where do you think I'd start applying it?
An inch away from the scalp.
Yep. So I'd start about here to where the ends show damage. So probably all the way to the little bit of bottoms, because those take less time too. If the hair's in good shape, I'd paint it all the way down. Leave that on for 25 minutes. Then I would go back in and do her roots for the full amount of time, 45 minutes. It's a long time. But you only have to do that once.
So
And you rarely get people in your chair that are getting their hair colored for the first time. But also remember, color doesn't lift color, so it can only be done on virgin hair. Right? It has to be done on virgin hair. That's why yours had to be bleached first, because it already had color in it.
yeah, I have a question.
Yeah?
So when you apply to the mids, you wait that 25 minutes and
Yeah.
then go into your roots, and that processes the full 45. So it's okay if the color stays in the hair longer than.
So that mid shaft is on for all of this time, like
Yeah.
for an hour and a half? Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So we're like an hour and 10 minutes. Other thing that you can do is, as long as you're not using 40 volume, you could do the mid with the same formula with 40 volume. So increasing by 10 means that you don't have to leave it on all that time. So I could do the roots with 30 and then go in through the mids and ends with 40 all at the same time and leave it on for 45-minute max. Because that increase in volume is gonna get me more lift. That's the alternative method.
So we start in the middle shaft with 40, then you go to the root with 30.
Or the easiest way would be to do the other way around, just put on 30 first and then do the mid shaft. So it doesn't need that time and a half. I'm very careful with virgin applications though. I wanna keep those mids and ends on as long as I can, cause you don't wanna have a dark reflection. You don't want this to, especially with the copper, to appear brighter than this. Okay. Remaining color at a level 8. What is my remaining color when I've lifted 2 levels?
Yellow orange.
Yellow orange. Am I enhancing or refining yellow orange?
Enhancing.
Enhancing it. Okay. So, if I look here at my star, and I look at yellow orange, if I'm enhancing it, anything over here works, right? Okay, throw out some formulas. What did we come up with? What do we like?
We did 8 TRP.
Okay. With,
Well, at first I put, with 8 NP, but I don't know why I did that.
so, the TRP, all of our Famisi colors are not pre-blended, except the gray bar. So if you mix yellow orange remaining color with the TRP that is 100% orange, it's gonna be brighter than Helen's there. So, which copper golden blonde, did you want it that bright or do you think you'd want a little softer?
Probably softer.
Then I would stick with your original formula. The TRPs is one thing that's like, people will see orange and not copper. A lot of people think copper is a little more blended with a tiny bit of brown and a little more yellow in it. Does that make sense? Not orange as these are. So again, that's when you're gonna show them the swatches and they can see what copper means to them. Because they could consider copper, here's 8 TRP. So if you put that with yellow orange, it's pretty orange, right? If you showed them these swatches, they might be like, well, hey, this is what I think copper is, or I think this copper looks like this. Remember, don't get caught in words. Show them so they can show you. They'd be like, oh no, I don't want it that red. Or if you think it's too red, say, what do you think of this on your skin? Or compared to that. You usually can tell your guest age, lifestyle, what they're wearing when they come in. You know, if she's a conservative businesswoman, I doubt this is what she might be going for. If she's a young hipster, she might want that hands down. All right, so you're doing 15 NP. Anybody else? What will give me copper end results by my remaining color, yellow orange?
How about the AG?
AG, great, sure. So it's yellow orange brown with that yellow orange. Great. Anything else? What's my volume?
So it depends how you're gonna start it.
Oh, right. We already
Yeah.
we already went through all that.
Yes.
And then there's no gray. And yeah, it's great. They really like 30 volume in these questions. Nice. All right, next. Natural level white. So it's 100% gray coverage. Looking for, the ends are level 7 faded brown. The ends are a level 7 rich warm brown. So any gray coverage at a level 7. Is remaining color a factor? Nope, because I'm only depositing, I'm not lifting. So I could add more warm tones because I want to see them. It's not going to come from my remaining color. All right, what do you think a rich warm brown is at a level 7?
W?
Yep, 7W. What else?
7KR.
EXN?
7KR. EXN, I would mix it with something else to create more warmth because on gray hair, that's a blue violet base.
With
It's
SD?
cool. What did you say,
Could
Sylvia?
I put the EXN with SD? To give a
Sure.
little-
Yep.
I did EXN and RN.
Yep. Blonde, natural red. Yep, because we said rich warm brown.
Yeah.
So you're creating the warm browns by adding some RN in it.
And
It's fantastic.
And there is the one that I meant it, sorry. When I use the white one, I use a little bit of the dark. 6W. I put like 10 grams of 6W with 20 grams of 7W. Just because it's gray, it's completely gray.
Mm-hmm.
So I always think that the 7 gonna give you a kind of 8.
So, it's not wrong, but when we do these formulas and we request that you use the level in which you're going to apply what you want to see, so on paper just put
Okay. the
Because you
seven
don't know that
W.
because you're an experienced stylist, you
Yeah.
know that you like to add a little bit in there. But you really should try the 7 first, then say, oh, this is really resistant hair. I think I'd like a little 6 in there. What else can I do for resistant gray coverage?
But then you do it right away, or you do it for next time? How you
Your
do that?
experience is allowed allowed you to know that you're like the result doing something a little bit darker. That's okay too. What else can you do for gray coverage? Resistant gray. What other options do we have?
Yeah, we have the drops
We can use our gray booster drops.
and the cap for 10 minutes under the dryer.
5 minutes under the dryer and then process for the full amount of time.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you're working with higher percentage of gray, does it matter how much of the these colors, like how much this is in the formula? Like, should there be more of these in
Yes.
there?
Definitely.
Okay.
So for this, I would probably do 20-10.
Okay.
Most definitely. And yeah, most definitely. All right. Doing a great job. Six. Level 6, Beta Brown 6, wants a cool brown, percentage of gray 50%.
See,
Remaining color a factor? No. What do I want to use for a formula?
how about the CB?
Excellent. One-stop shopping, done. 6 CB. What else could I have used? Could I use EXN and NC? I got my 50% gray coverage by using a cool, intense gray EXN. And then I went over here to my ashes and I chose the NC. What volume of developer?
15.
15 or 20, either or, because it's level on level or darker or level on level. So either one would be correct. 35 to 45 minutes. Client 7, level 7, N7 brassy. They want a level 7 smoky brown.
7 NC.
7 NC, excellent. What developer?
15.
15. Higher the developer, the longer I can leave it on for. So if I chose 10, would it be correct? Yes, but I'm taking it off in a shorter period of time. So if I need a lot of deposit or need it on for a longer time, I might choose, or the hair's damaged at all, I might choose a higher volume. A 10 volume would be correct too. And you always use your color star, right? So if it's brassy orange, I'm gonna go across to the other side. She picked the NC. My EXN would work a little bit too if I wanted it to be completely cooled off. Nice. 8, level 8. Faded ends 9 with some yellow. Desires a level 8 cool blonde. Percentage of gray 0. So it's an 8 on an 8 is remaining color factor.
No.
No. Great. So I want to add the tones in which I want to see. So what do I have for level 8 cool blonde? What are some of my cool tones? If I look at my color star.
Green, violet,
And
blue.
blue. So I want to have some sort of green, violet, or blue. Any of them will represent cool. So at a level 8, what could I use?
I use the same.
You could use 8P or 8NC.
8P, 8NC, because I'm over here in my cools. What volume developer? Yep, 10 or 15.
Well, I use 25 on the scalp.
Well, it's so that the mids and ends were a 9. The roots are an 8.
Oh, okay, so I got that
So
wrong.
then, now they want to see that you're now using your same formula and dropping the developer or changing the length of time that it's on
So
for.
15.
Yeah, fantastic. When you're behind the chick, keep it that simple too. Let your wall chart kind of map out for you what your formula would be. And then your choices and tonalities depending on what you and your guests decide. Did a great job.
Yeah.
So, do you think next week's will be easier? How
No.
do we feel about this week? Did we do okay? Did you do okay? Ellen? Did you do okay with this?
I still cannot remember that.
All right, well, we're gonna work on it every week. Everybody else, how did we do? Good? Feeling good? Okay, awesome. All right, Denise is gonna present to you 2001 Intense. So you're gonna have your blue